Om Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes. And we are discussing about the magnetic effect of electric current. We have seen in the first class about magnets, its origin and properties. How the name magnet came. Remember the story of a shepherd, when he was going on a particular rock, his stick caught and it was a surprise for him. And when that rock was removed and tested, it had some magnetic property, attraction property, because of metals like nickel, cobalt, iron, etc. had that special properties. What are special properties? You have it always comes to rest when a magnet is suspended freely. It comes to rest in north-south direction. And also you have seen different kinds of magnets like horseshoe magnet, bar magnet, cylindrical magnet, magnetic needle, compass, etc. etc. And also the uses. It is used in dynamos, motors, cranes and electrical gadgets and so on. And also we have seen that every magnet has a field around it. It is called magnetic field. And hence you have this field is due to the force there, that is called as magnetic force. And when you have force, it will have a direction and magnitude because it is a vector quantity. So we have lines of force. What are the properties of lines of force? It starts from north pole, ends in the south pole. Two lines of force will not intersect each other. And these lines of force are more at the poles because the magnetic field also is more. Is it not? So these are some of the properties of magnetic lines of force. And magnetic field around the current carrying wire. Whenever there is a flow of current, there will be magnetic field that we have studied, or vice versa. Whenever there is a magnetic field, it produces electric current also. Okay, so these are the interrelation between magnets and electricity. Now let us see the home assignment. First question: what happens with the properties of magnet when it is broken into pieces? That means what? One bar magnet cut into two. What will be the property? It also acts like a magnet. Again cut into four. That also is a magnet. Like that, go on cutting into a small atom is obtained. That also acts like a magnet. That is the meaning. So that is the property of magnet. Do a magnetic field exist throughout the space? Answer is yes. Magnetic field exists throughout the space, but their strength depends on wherever you are. Means at poles it will be more. At equators in Earth, in case of Earth, or in other places it may vary. But anyway, one of the unseen force, it can be experienced. Name the part of telephone where magnet is used. You have heard about speaker, right? In a telephone there will be speaker. So there will be a magnet in it. So that is how the magnet is made use of in telephones. And coming to the fourth question, list the properties of magnetic lines of force. Magnetic line of forces always start from north pole and end at the south pole. I think you have seen, remember in last class we have seen every magnet has got two poles. And this is one property. It starts from north pole, ends in the south pole. And secondly, these line of forces never intersect each other because that represents the force. Near the poles, the magnetic lines are very near to each other, which shows that the magnetic field is at the poles is stronger as compared to the other parts. You may ask, why does it so? That is because what is called as alignment. Now suppose in a PT period, while going to PT, how do you go? You keep your hands back. Of course, the PT teacher, if he is strict enough, he will always take you in line. And you are not supposed to talk in the middle, right? One go behind the other. So in line. Looks very nice. While coming from PT also come in line, right? So going in line and coming in line is a very nice habits. And usually if you keep your hands back and move, it looks very nice and there will be no mischiefs. Is it not? Similarly, lines of force also, they are very strong at their poles because the force of attraction will be their maximum. And next question, what are magnetic poles? Magnetic poles are surfaces from which the invisible line of magnetic field emanate and connect on return to the magnet. So there will be two poles, namely North Pole and South Pole. From North Pole, all the lines of force will start. I will show it afterwards in the end of the class. And they will end at South Pole. So they enter in the South Pole, going out from the North Pole. Okay. So they are called as magnetic poles. Then there was a discussion in last class. Why does a freely suspended magnet comes to rest in north-south direction? Come on, what is the answer? Because our earth itself is a huge magnet. And how does this earth get this property? That is because there are elements like that of iron, nickel, cobalt, etc. in the earth's crust, earth's core, what do you mean to say? So these properties give the magnetic property for the earth. So when a magnet is suspended freely, the geographic north, there will be the magnetic south. In the geographic south, there will be magnetic north. And that's why it is when a suspended magnet is suspended, this the south will be in this side because it is north, and north will be this side because the magnetic and geographic, they are opposite to each other. Anyway, it is one of the important source of energy that you find in the earth. Coming to today's topic, we will discuss about electromagnet. I think all of you have seen this. What is this magnet called? Horseshoe magnet. Why it is called so? Because this type of U-shaped you can find under the legs of the horses. They actually nail it, you might have seen it. Even bullocks also. Why do they use it? Just to see that when the horses, the bullocks, when they run, there will be pain for the legs. To avoid the pain, they will fix it with this type of U-shaped metals there. And that's why it is called as horseshoe magnet. So electromagnet is a type of magnet in which magnetic field is produced by the flow of electric current. So this is surrounded by the wire here, electric wire, and this is connected to a battery. So when the current is passed through the wire, there should be insulated wire, not a conducting wire, copper wire or whatever it is. It should be insulated, means it should be painted. So such wire only is to be taken, and that should be covered to this. And when you cover like this, when you pass current through this is made up of soft iron core So that acts like a magnet. Okay. Now how to make an electromagnet? That is because, see, making electromagnet, you take a piece of paper. When you say paper, it may be drawing sheet or kg cardboard, folded in a cylindrical shape. So this is the paper folded in a cylindrical shape, and make several tons of copper wire over this from one end to another. So this is the copper wire wounded, and this is called solenoid, a long thin loop of wire. This is connected to a battery, a push button. And how do you show the flow of current from positive to negative? Actually, how do electrons move? Negative to positive. So when the ends of the copper wires are attached to the ends of the battery, this is plus and minus, current starts flowing through the coil, which starts functioning as a bar magnet. So when you say magnet, it will have two poles, north pole and south pole, right? This is how electromagnet is made. You can also try it. Okay. And now let us see, when the flow of current is stopped from the battery, then its magnetic property ceases. So when you stop flow of current, it loses magnetism. How do you know that it has magnetism or not? That is, bring a needle or some iron filings. If it attracts, means it is magnetic. It does not attract, means non-magnetic. So whenever there is flow of electricity, it acts like a magnet. See here, it's a beautiful figure. Here, this is insulated copper wire. Here the current is flowing, and this is the direction. This is what I was telling you, magnetic lines of force going away from north, coming towards south. And this is what I said as disciplined, atoms, you can say. So these are what is called as lines of force. So when the flow of current is stopped from the battery, then its magnetic property ceases. So the current carrying the solenoid with soft iron core inside it forms an electromagnet. This is the soft iron core. So this soft iron core, it becomes an electromagnet. Until and unless there is electricity flowing through it, it will have a magnetic property. That is the meaning. Okay. So here compulsorily you should have one, metals like iron or cobalt, etc. A rod, soft iron core, which should be inside it. So then it is called as electromagnet. Now what are the uses of electromagnet? It is used in motors, which I am going to study later, generators, electric bells, MRI. What is MRI? Magnetic resonance imagery. So it will like this. This is called MRI. So nice, no? Here person is kept inside, and his images are taken. How it is taken? By a magnetic property, that will be a magnet. And small any any swollen part, cancer like cells, etc., which cannot be discovered by or cannot be detected by the X-rays, scanners, etc. Then they use MRIs. This is what is called electric bell, and this is what is called as electric motor. So in electric motors, the electromagnets are used. So that is how when a switch is on, the motor starts rotating. Similarly, when a switch is on, the bell gives sound. When a switch is on, this magnetic property works out. So like that, you can use it for different purposes. Now let us see what is the difference between bar magnet and electromagnet. What is bar magnet? It is a permanent magnet. Means once it is made, it will not, it always will have magnetic property. But electromagnet is temporary. Until only when the current is flowing through that soft iron core, it will be magnet. Otherwise, it is not there. Magnetic field remains the same. How do you measure it? By the unit called ISTETS, named after the scientist. And magnetism remains till current flows through it. When the current stops, magnetism also stops. Its magnetic strength cannot be increased or decreased. That is stationary. Magnetic strength may change at will by changing the amount of current. More the current, more the magnetic property. Lesser the current, lesser the magnetic property. You can change the poles also. Depending on the flow, it changes. It's a weak magnet and it is a strong magnet. The strength of the magnetic field can be controlled. If you pass more current, more magnetic field. Less current, less magnetic field. The poles do not change. By mere change in the direction of flow of current, the poles may be altered. Okay. So, here by changing the direction means what? Plus to minus, minus to plus. Then the flow of current also changes and hence the pole also changes. So, this is a beautiful changes or differences between bar magnet and electromagnet. Now coming to one of the devices, electric bell. Many of the schools have electric bell and it will be, that switch will be in the principal's chamber or warden's chamber. In the case of hostels, we press it. When you press it now, there will be a bell, say in the school bell in the mornings or after every period and also for the lunch, etc. They press the bell. When you hear the bell, immediately you will think that the period has changed. I think all of you have seen this electric bell. Here there are very important parts. This is what is called as soft iron armature. And this is called spring. And this is adjusting screw. This is the contact. This is the bell. This is what is called as hammer. So when the current flows through this is a coil with soft iron core. So when a current is passed through this soft iron core, this attracts the armature. And this armature, now the bell, it hits the bell here. That is how the bell is taken. So if you press it, when you switch on, then it go on hitting. That is how the bell is produced. Okay. And again it depends on the current. So how it is constructed? This is a figure you are expecting in exams. So go through this figure correctly. So this is a U-shaped electromagnet. This is a soft iron core, this one. This is the coil. This is AC supply, means power supply. This is a spring. This is the armature. This is a screw. This is the hammer. And this is the gong. Hammer hits the gong. That is how the sound is produced. How does it hit? That is when the armature is attracted by the magnet. How does the magnet get the attraction? That is when current is passed. How the current is passed? Through a battery. And how do you get it? From AC lines. So usually electric bell consists of a horseshoe magnet, U-shaped, and soft iron is placed between the arms of this electromagnet. So this has got soft iron. And then this is called core. The poles of the electromagnetic are connected to a power supply, battery or main. It may be main. Between this, a push button B. So that button, if you press it, the bell rings. If you leave the button, bell will stop ringing. That's why buttons, this is important part. Okay. And how does it work? When the push button, see, when the push button is pressed, current starts flowing in the coil of the electromagnet and its soft iron core gets magnetized. So here when you press this, this is the battery, this is the switch. When you press this, current will flow through this, and this current, that attracts the armature, and this is the hammer, and this is the bell. The hammer hits the bell. That is how the electromagnet works. The magnetized core pulls the armature attached to the electromagnet towards itself. So it attracts like this. As a result of this, hammer attached to the armature strikes the gong, the loud sound is produced. So it hits here, and because it is made up of steel, so the very beautiful sound will come. And more you press it, more will be the sound. Is it not? When once you stop pressing, the sound also stop. Okay. As soon as the armature is attracted by electromagnet, the circuit is brought at the contact screw. The electromagnet no more remains magnetic. Armature returns its original position due to armature spring action. When you press it only, it attracts. When you leave it, attraction removes. So this is the switch, this is the contact, this is the striker, this is the bell, this is the battery. So this process occurs repeatedly till the push button remains pressed. The hammer keeps striking the gong of the bell, and as a result of this, sound is produced. Okay. Now let us see relation between electric current and magnetic field. So force on current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. How does this force acts? When a current flows through a conductor, magnetic field is produced around it. Let us do an activity to demonstrate this. So what we are doing now? We are telling that when a current is flowing through a conductor, just now we discussed about electric bell. There also the current was flowing in the conductor. Because of that, magnetic property was produced. Here is one more activity to illustrate that. So what is that activity? Let us suspend a piece of copper wire. So this is a piece of copper wire between the poles of a horseshoe magnet. This is a horseshoe magnet. In such a manner that the length of the wire is aligned to the perpendicular to the direction of magnetic poles between the poles, magnetic field. So this is the magnetic field, N and S. This should be kept perpendicular to that. As soon as the current is allowed to flow through this wire, it becomes taut upwards. Taut upwards means what? The wire will be pulled upwards. With this, it becomes clear that force acts on the current flowing conductor. So if there is no current, there is no movement. If there is current flowing through it, there will be movement. Okay. And this is the relation between, so whenever there is current flowing in a conductor, there will be magnetic field produced. Followed? So this is one activity which you can do, and to illustrate it to still in a better way, direction of this force always perpendicular to both direction of current and direction of magnetic field. So there are two things here. One is magnetic field. This is called B. Another is I. I means electric current. They will be perpendicular to each other. The magnetic poles are reversed. The conducting wire becomes taut downwards. Here there are two types of forces. One is electrical force, another is magnetic force. These will be perpendicular to each other. So if the magnetic poles are reversed, the conducting wire becomes taut downwards. So downwards movement. And if it is magnetic poles as it is, then it moves upwards, toward upwards and toward downwards. So here the experiment or activity shows that relation between magnetic field and electric field, and the deflection shows that there is some influence because of current flowing through the wire. Okay. Now you may ask, why do you want this activity, or why do you want this? It was Michael Faraday who discovered that if the current flowing through the conductor is increased, then force also increases. If the current is decreased, force also is decreased. This relation was brought out by Michael Faraday. Have you heard about Michael Faraday? Yes. He is called as one of the genius physicists. He was a bookbinder. Lot of poverty, as some of you are there. In his house, he found very difficult to manage day-to-day activities because of poverty. He joined to a book binding shop. Whoever brings binding books for binding, he has written it very slowly. You are not doing fast. And nobody was knowing what the reason. What he was doing was, he was going through all the books that come for binding, making his own notes. Because he was very poor to buy the books, whichever books come to the shop, he used to go through them, make a notes. And then he goes to one scientist by name Sir Humphrey Davy and many others. And he gets inspiration, works for laboratory and all. Hence become the world famous scientist. He got Nobel Prize also for his electromagnetism, what you call generators and motor. So Michael Faraday, one of the genius, you can say, and he is an example for hard work. Okay, you should work like a hard. We should work like a honeybee. You heard about honeybee? How does it do? It collects the honey, going to each and every flowers, collect the honey, and that's how beautifully they make beehives. Okay. Now coming to Fleming's left-hand rule. Fleming is another scientist who gave this beautiful rule called as left-hand rule. Come on, all of you stretch your left hand. The first three fingers, right angled at each other. Come on, all of you do this. You're doing it? Here left hand rule says, when we stretch the first three fingers of the left hand perpendicular to each other. See, then what happens? Angle between these two should be 90 degrees. You should keep it like this. Here this angle is 90, this angle is 90. That is the meaning. Then what happens? First finger shows the direction of magnetic field. So this is magnetic field. What you call it as forefinger. This is called magnetic field. Then middle one showing the direction of current. So this is current. Middle. This is field. This is current. And then the thumb shows the direction of force acting on the current carrying conductor. So this is thumb. That shows the force. This is field. This is current. This is the force. Okay. So that is what is called as Fleming's left hand rules. And you may ask, why do you want this left hand rules? And also you may ask, what about right hand rules? That is also there. That we will see later. Now we will see what is the use of this or where it is used. This is Fleming, John Ambrose Fleming. So one day you can do one list of all the scientists and what they have discovered in the right side. Fleming discovered left hand rule and right hand rule. Okay, this left hand rule is used in electric motor and right hand rule is used in electric generator. The rule was originated by John Ambrose Fleming in the late of 19th century. The simple way to work out the direction in electric motor or the direction of electric current in electric generator. So, what is electric motor? It's a device that converts electric energy into mechanical energy. Can I name some of the devices where motors are used? Okay, all of you have seen your pump set. Is it not? In pump set there is a motor and you have got some mini motor and you have got mixies in your house, grinding machine. All these are, and even the fans, they work on motors. And one more interesting factor is called electromagnetic induction, discovered by Michael Faraday. What is induction? It is the production of electric current across a conductor moving through a magnetic field. For example, generators and transformers are some of the devices which work on this. So this is a beautiful figure. Here you can see this battery. This is a coil here. This is a conductor and this shows the deflection. Whenever magnet is introduced into a electrical field, it produces current. That was discovered by Michael Faraday and that is called as electromagnetic induction. So, already we have seen some interesting properties of magnetism. Each magnet has two poles, namely North Pole and South Pole. So once again you will just go through that. The first mention of the magnetism is found in the writings of the scientist Thales of Miletus, who lived in ancient Greece in 6th century BC. So the word magnet, one version of the origin of the word magnet goes back to legend of a shepherd, namely Magnus, who accidentally discovered the iron heels on his boots. Okay, and magnetic whiteboards are really popular nowadays because they are very convenient to write. They were invented by a group of US students in 2008. So magnetic boards. So these are some of the interesting facts about magnetism. And also you have to make match the things now. So here we have got bar magnet. Out of this, which is a bar magnet? See, let us see where does it match. So electric bell is a horseshoe electromagnet is used in that electric bell. And then magnetic field is produced by flow of electric current. And direction of force applied to a perpendicular direction of current and magnetic field is called Fleming's left hand rule. And permanent but weak magnet is bar magnet. So these are some of the interesting things about that. And also all of you know that Satya Sai Baba, the incarnation of the Kali Yuga avatar, one of the most powerful magnet, was attracted crores of devotees from more than 200 nations. And some people think that Swami calls himself as a powerful magnet, but he is unable to attract us. The fault lies in us only. So Baba's love, selfless love and selfless service has attracted millions of people. But some are not attracted because of their own ego, their own attachment or their own desires. Other than that, Baba says he is very powerful magnet. Wherever he goes, thousands will follow him. And thousands will be interested to hear him. He is a very good singer also. Very good speaker also. And more than that, his love, overflowing love. And that is how these Satyasai Lok Seva institutions or Gurukulas have come up. Okay, so let us be attracted to him. List factors affecting the strength of an electromagnet. Second question, what is the role of solenoids in making electromagnets? Third, to find out the direction of force in the electric motor, which rule is used? Fleming's right hand rule, Fleming's left hand rule, right palm rule of right hand, left palm rule of left hand. And fourth question, state Fleming's left hand rule. Name some devices which electric motors are used. Okay, come prepared. Thank you.